Genesis, No Sign of Mine, is a fairly concise and straightforward and tragic song for a band. It's very late in their career, but for a band that's known for more flamboyant and long-winded songs. And I appreciate this song mostly for its sort of unflinching portrayal of the devastation that can happen in a family. I've said this in another video too, and I'm sure I'll say it again, but family is literally is a world to young kids and babies, and especially what parents do early on and what these babies may be exposed has the power to really really strongly affect a person's life. And not to be pessimistic or to put ourselves down, but we're still figuring out what it means to raise a person, and the amazing amount of work it takes to do it right. I don't think I am being too harsh when I say that in the history probably there have been more bad parenting than good parenting that's taken place. And so, well, I mean, I was fortunate to have had. I honestly, think my parents were actually rather great, and I had great relationship with them. And I how I turned myself, how I turned out myself, and how fortunate I am mostly to that. But even then, I have issues. And we don't always talk about our families when we're talking about to friends and coworkers and stuff like that, but it's in everybody's background, their family. And a lot of times it's a loaded subject filled with anguish or sense of letdown, betrayal, all the pent up feelings about how you wish your parents would be more this way or that way, or wouldn't do this or that. And I think, to some extent, not to be megalomaniac or anything like that, but things like crimes and violence and terrorism and all that, they all probably come from kids not quite raised the way they could be, they should be. And so, what am I saying? I think it's all the more reason for us to be gentle with each other and treat each other kindly. And and when we do say or do aggressive things, I mean, within reason, of course, but not to take those things personally, because ultimately we're all just acting out our own history. We're just venting what was wrong with our history, with our family, with our world, which used to be just a family. And if your family loved you, and if you felt loved and accepted unconditionally all the time, then you see your world that way. And a lot of times you learn otherwise, and then you might try to unlearn that, or try to fix that in some ways, and all kinds of weird, crazy stuff just happen in those attempts. I think it's one of the healthier thing to listen to a song that cries out, that scene where no sound of mine, that hurt and despair of contained in those lines, that scene of not being able to choose your parents, but yet you desperately long for that acceptance or forgiveness, and you know muster your courage, and you go on, and then the door slams in your face. And if that's anything that resonate with you, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I would shed tears about. But crying about it and being angry about it is part of the healing process. You can't get to a point where you can let go and forgive yourself until you express that, experience that fully, and then let your mind and body process all that. So it's not exactly fun, but that's what we do with art. As a songwriters myself, that's why I go to output that, and as listeners too, as a fan, I go to those pieces and just channel the baggages with the intention of letting it out into my system. I'm not like be indulgent and be stuck and getting sort of mired in it. I think there is a great difference that exists between those two intentions, even if the piece that you're interacting with is the same. Anyway, so there's no salvation in the song. It's just a sad story. And but I think I really believe that there is healing in embracing and experiencing song for what it is. Just that.